Top 10 Badass Planes of the U.S. Military. In the world of military aviation, the United States has been a dominant force crafting some of the most awe-inspiring flying machines ever conceived. From sleek stealth fighters to rugged bombers and versatile transport planes, the U.S. military's aircraft arsenal has always been a source of fascination and admiration. Today, I will show you the top 10 badass planes of the U.S. military, the ones that make other countries tremble in fear and awe. These planes can fly faster, higher, stealthier, and deadlier than any other aircraft in history. These are the planes that have shaped the course of wars and history. These are the planes that you don't want to mess with. But before we start, please hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you don't miss any of my future videos. Now let's get started with the countdown. Starting off at number 10, the E-3 Sentry. The E-3 Sentry is not a fighter jet or a bomber, but is still one of the most badass planes of the U.S. military. Why? It's an airborne warning and control system, AWACS for short, plane that can detect, track, and command air and ground operations from the sky. The E-3 Sentry has a distinctive rotating radar dome on top of its fuselage, which can scan up to 250 miles in any direction and monitor up to 600 targets at once. The E-3 Sentry can also communicate with other planes, ships, and ground forces and coordinate their actions in real time. The E-3 Sentry is like the eye in the sky for the U.S. military, providing situational awareness and strategic advantage in any conflict. Number 9, the P-8 Poseidon. The P-8 Poseidon is a marine patrol and reconnaissance plane that can easily hunt down submarines and surface ships. The P-8 Poseidon is based on the Boeing 737 airliner, but is modified with advanced sensors, weapons, and systems. The P-8 Poseidon can carry torpedoes, missiles, mines, and sonobuoys, which are devices that can detect underwater sounds. The P-8 Poseidon can also perform electronic warfare, intelligence gathering, surveillance, and search and rescue missions. The P-8 Poseidon is the ultimate anti-submarine warfare plane capable of finding and destroying any enemy underwater. Number 8, the AC130 Gunship. The AC130 Gunship is a heavily armed ground attack plane that can unleash a devastating barrage of fire on any target. The AC130 Gunship is based on the C-130 Hercules transport plane, but it is equipped with various guns and cannons on its side. The AC-130 Gunship can carry a 25mm Gatling gun, a 40mm Bofors cannon, a 105mm howitzer, and a 30mm Bushmaster cannon. The AC-130 Gunship can also launch missiles and bombs from its rear ramp. The AC-130 Gunship can provide close air support to ground troops and strike enemy positions, vehicles, buildings, and personnel. The AC-130 Gunship is like a flying fortress of doom for anyone who dares to oppose it. Number 7, the AH64 Apache. The AH64 Apache is a multi-mission attack helicopter that can take on any threat in the air or ground. The AH64 Apache has a sleek and stealthy design, tandem cockpit for 2 pilots, a 4-blade main rotor, and a tail rotor that can swivel 90 degrees. The AH64 Apache can carry a 30mm chain gun under its nose, rockets and missiles on its stub wings. The AH64 Apache can also use a helmet-mounted display and a target acquisition system to lock on multiple targets simultaneously. The AH64 Apache can perform close air support, escort, surveillance, and anti-tank missions. The AH64 Apache is one of the world's most lethal and versatile helicopters. Number 6, the B52 Strat Fortress. The B52 Strat Fortress is a long-range strategic bomber that can carry nuclear or conventional weapons to any global target. The B52 Strat Fortress has been in service since 1955, making it one of the oldest planes in the U.S. military. But don't let its age fool you. The B52 Strat Fortress has been upgraded several times with new engines, avionics, radars, and weapons. The B52 Strat Fortress can carry up to 70,000 pounds of bombs or missiles in its internal bay or under its wings. The B52 Strat Fortress can also launch cruise missiles and drones from its air-launched cruise missile ALCM rotary launcher. The B52 Strat Fortress is a formidable bomber that can strike fear into the hearts of any enemy. On to number 5, the F15 Eagle. The F15 Eagle is a twin-engine, all-weather, air superiority fighter jet that can dominate any aerial combat. The F15 Eagle has a sleek and aerodynamic design with a large wing area, twin-tail fins, and canards. The F-15 Eagle can carry a 20mm cannon and up to 8 air-to-air missiles on its hardpoints. The F-15 Eagle can also use a radar and infrared search and track systems to detect and engage enemy planes. The F-15 Eagle has a top speed of over Mach 2.5, a ceiling of over 65,000 feet, and a thrust-to-weight ratio of over 1. The F-15 Eagle has an impressive record of over 100 aerial victories and 0 losses. The F-15 Eagle is the ultimate dogfighter in the sky. Number 4, the B-1 Lancer. The B-1 Lancer is a supersonic, variable sweep wing strategic bomber that can deliver massive weapons payloads to any target. The B-1 Lancer has a unique design with 4 engines, 4 crew members, and wings that sweep back and forth depending on the speed and altitude. The B-1 Lancer can carry up to 75,000 pounds of bombs or missiles in its internal bay or external pylons. The B-1 Lancer can also use a terrain-following radar and an electronic countermeasure system to evade enemy detection and defense. The B-1 Lancer has a top speed of over Mach 1.2 at low altitude and over Mach 2 at high altitude. The B-1 Lancer is a powerful, versatile bomber that can strike precisely and quickly. Continuing the countdown to number 3, the F35 Lightning II. The F35 Lightning II is a single-engine, stealthy, multi-role fighter jet that can perform air-to-air, air-to-ground, and air-to-sea missions. The F35 Lightning II has 3 variants: the F35A for conventional takeoff and landing, the F35B for short and vertical landing, and the F35C for carrier-based operations. The F-35 Lightning II can carry a 25mm cannon and up to 18,000 pounds of bombs or missiles in its internal bay or on its external hardpoints. The F-35 Lightning II can also use a distributed aperture system called DAS, an electro-optical targeting system called E0TS, and a helmet-mounted display HMD to provide 360-degree situational awareness and target acquisition. The F-35 Lightning II has a top speed of over Mach 1.6, a ceiling of over 50,000 feet, and a range of over 1,200 miles. The F-35 Lightning II is the world's most advanced and versatile fighter jet. On to number 2 on our countdown, the F22 Raptor. The F22 Raptor is a twin-engine, stealthy, 5th-generation fighter jet that can achieve air dominance in any scenario. The F-22 Raptor is futuristic, with angular shapes, sharp edges, and thrust-vectoring nozzles. The F-22 Raptor can carry a 20mm cannon and up to 6 air-to-air missiles in its internal bay or on its external hardpoints. The F-22 Raptor can also use radar, an infrared search and track system, IRST, and an electronic warfare system, EWS, to detect, track, jam, and destroy enemy planes. The F-22 Raptor has a top speed of over Mach 2.25, a ceiling of over 65,000 feet, and a supercruise capability of over Mach 1.5 without afterburners. The F-22 Raptor is the world's most lethal and stealthy fighter jet. Coming to number 1 on our countdown is the V22 Osprey. The V22 Osprey is a tilt-rotor aircraft that can take off and land like a helicopter, but fly like an airplane. The V22 Osprey has 2 rotors mounted on each wingtip that can rotate 90 degrees vertically or horizontally. The V22 Osprey can carry up to 24 troops or 15,000 pounds of cargo in its cabin or its external hook. The V22 Osprey can also perform combat search and rescue, CSAR, special operations, SOF, medical evacuation, medevac, and aerial refueling, AR missions. That concludes our countdown, but wait, there's more. There's 3 more badass planes of the U.S. military that you need to know about. In addition to the top 10 badass planes of the U.S. military that I've shown you, there are 3 more planes that definitely deserve a special mention. These planes can perform amazing feats of transport, reconnaissance, and speed. You may not know about these planes, but you should. These are the C-17 Globemaster III, the U-2 Dragon Lady, and the SR-71 Blackbird. Let me tell you more about them. The C-17 Globemaster III is a large military transport plane that can carry troops, vehicles, equipment, and humanitarian aid to any location in the world. The C-17 Globemaster III can also perform tactical airlift, airdraft, and medical evacuation missions. The C-17 Globemaster III has a wingspan of 169 feet, a length of 174 feet, and a height of 55 feet. It can carry up to 170,900 pounds of payload and fly up to 2,400 nautical miles without refueling. The U-2 Dragon Lady is a high-altitude reconnaissance plane that can spy on enemy activities above 70,000 feet. The U-2 Dragon Lady can also perform scientific research, atmospheric sampling, and communications relay missions. The U-2 Dragon Lady has a wingspan of 103 feet, a length of 63 feet, and a height of 16 feet. It can carry up to 5,000 pounds of sensors and cameras and fly up to 7 hours. The SR-71 Blackbird is a legendary spy plane with the record for the fastest air-breathing manned aircraft ever flown. The SR-71 Blackbird can fly at over Mach 3.3 and reach altitudes of over 85,000 feet. The SR-71 Blackbird can also evade enemy radar and missiles using its stealthy shape, materials, and electronic countermeasures. The SR-71 Blackbird has a wingspan of 55 feet, a length of 107 feet, and a height of 18 feet. It can carry up to 3,500 pounds of reconnaissance equipment and fly up to 3,200 nautical miles without refueling. And that, everyone, concludes our list of the top 10 badass planes of the U.S. military. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. Please comment below and let me know which plane is your favorite and why. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button to support the YouTube algorithm. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.